Hey, it's Larry here. Welcome back to the channel. Joining me today on this lovely Wednesday. Just a quick note for those of you that were following the trilogy of Comfortably Numb. Unfortunately, it happened again where I was not able to publish it. So I have made alternative arrangements, and I'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow and show you where you can find that video. Now, today, uh, we're going to go back into Dire Straits, and this is going to be really cool because I was doing a little bit of looking around in my storage room, and look what I found: the vinyl, Love Over Gold, and I tag each album that I've bought in my life with a little sticker at the bottom here, with the month and the year that I bought it. So I bought this album in May of 1985. So that's what? How many years ago? 85, 95. It's like 40 years ago or so. So, Telegraph Road is the first song on the album. And I remember when I first put it on, I thought, oh my gosh, what a long song. So today, by the way, you're going to have to sit down, relax, and enjoy yourself because we're going to be here for a little while. But I remember the thoughts that it evoked when I heard it at the beginning, and then I listened to it quite a few times during the late '80s, and only sporadically over the last few years. And the feelings it evoked in me at the time of listening to it was a very kind of rural setting, and then it built into a bigger setting. So today I'm going to really pay attention to the lyrics, and as usual we're going to go uninterrupted through the entire video, and then at the end I'm going to really talk about the musicianship from my perspective. Now, as you may know, if you're a returning subscriber, I have been a drummer for 38 years. And so I wasn't really the type of person who listened to the lyrics carefully or even the guitar work, to be quite honest with you. So let's give that a good listen today. And following the musicianship, I'm going to interpret the song and see. I'm going to really listen carefully to the vocals this time, and of course all the music itself. And then lastly, I'm going to rate it versus all the other songs on the playlist that we've been building up here over the past year. So without further ado, Telegraph Road studio version from Dire Straits. Really nice light touch.
time ago came a man on a track, walking 30 miles with a sack on his back. And he put down his load where he thought it was the best, made a home in the wilderness. Built a cabin and a winter store, and he plowed up the ground by the cold lake shore. The other travelers came walking down the track, and they never went further, no, they never went back. Then came the churches, then came the schools, then came the lawyers, then came the roads, then came the trains and the trucks with their load, and the dirty old tram. It was the Telegraph Road.
This brings back sentimental memories. Beautiful.
Then came the mines, then came the ore, then there was a hard times, then there was a war. Telegraph sang a song about the world outside. Telegraph Road got so deep and so wide, like a rolling river.
Mark Knopfler, huh?
And my radio says tonight it's gonna freeze. People driving home from the factories. 6 lanes of traffic, 3 lanes moving slow.
Very morose now. I'm really emotional listening to this song. I don't know why. It sounds like home to me. Loving the drumming. It's beautiful. So it's just taking its time, letting itself resolve itself.
shut it down. I got a right to go to work, but there's no work here to be found. Yes, and they say we're gonna have to pay what's owed. We're gonna have to reap from some seed that's been sowed. And the birds up on the wires and the telegraph poles, they can always fly away from this rain and this cold. You can hear them singing out the telegraph code all the way down the Telegraph Road. Well, I'd sooner forget, but I remember those nights. Yeah, life was just a bet on a race between the lights. You had your head on my shoulder, you had your hand in my hair. Now you act a little cold, like you don't seem to care. But just believe in me, baby, and I'll take you away from out of this darkness and into the day. From these rivers of headlights, these rivers of rain, from the anger that lives on the streets with these names. As I run every red light on memory lane, I see desperation explode into flames, and I don't wanna see it again. From all of these signs saying sorry, but we're closed all the way. Down the Telegraph Road.
God. Oh, how I love you, Dire Straits. Oh, wow. Good Lord. I don't know what to say. My immediate response to that song is an emotion filled outpouring in so many ways. And I'm going to try to keep this professional. I don't want to make it about me because this reminds me a lot about growing up in northern Canada in a very rural area. So a lot of the storytelling here kind of like it knocked on the door of some old memories and just like brought me near tears. So anyway, the musicians, the musicianship. Okay, just superb. I mean, how this is. I mean, the guitar playing. Well, first of all, the songwriting. I mean, to come up with this song and execute it through. Well, how many minutes is this? I can't see without my reading glasses on. It's a long song. The songwriting is superb, and I do think I know what it is about. The interpretation I'll have in just a minute, but the musicianship was awesome. I really liked the drummer, very active. And Mark Knopfler's guitar playing, like even that first little bit of acoustic guitar leading into the song, developing the mood of the song, very beautiful. There's such a nuanced touch to Dire Straits music. It really is something that's unrivaled. And again, it's like I mentioned before, Steely Dan kind of being its own genre in a sense, and I'd almost put Dire Straits in that league as well, where who like in your mind, not that we want to do it, but our mind is usually kind of compares things in a sense, and I try not to do that, but I can't think of other bands that are sort of in that category. I can't pigeonhole them, in other words, and that's great, and that's a compliment to Dire Straits. So then leading into the song and the storytelling, magnificent, absolutely magnificent, and the all the different transitions in the song from the slow to the fast. It didn't seem like I had to sit back and really force myself to have the patience to listen to this very long song. It was more like I'm getting more and more into the song as it carries on because of that storytelling and the the musician's skill level in their ability to execute around that storytelling. It really is something phenomenal. I'm always impressed how these types of musicians, songwriters, and then musicians can put stuff like this together and execute and come up with this final version. Okay, secondly, so the musicianship gets a huge marks. The interpretation of the song, well, I believe, now, I don't know where this takes place. It reminds me, I don't know where you are when you're listening to this channel. I don't know where you're located, but this reminds me of driving through northern Saskatchewan, which is a northern part of a province in Canada, and there's this little tiny town. It's called Borden, Saskatchewan. Try to find that on a map. I'm not from there, but this song reminds me of that place because there's really nothing there. It was really destitute. There was farm equipment on the side of the road, secondary road for sale. It looked like a town that went up and then crashed. And then I remember after visiting that town, I went there to rescue a German Shepherd, actually. I drove from Vancouver, British Columbia, to Saskatoon to get this rescue dog from the veterinarian college in Saskatoon. So that was the reason. I drove up in the middle of winter. And I drove through all these like rural areas, prairies, and then entered some cities and so on and so forth. I think this song, I don't know where it takes place, obviously in a cold place. And it's really about someone who had because at the very beginning, he talks about someone entering an area, putting down roots, and starting to build something. And I think the goal of this person, the character in the song, was to build a town or build a city or start something. You know, almost like the sort of frontier times. You know, when the coach wagons would go west and they would stake a claim and start to build something, and the town would build around that. And I think this is kind of a modern version of that. From what I can tell and remember, because the sentimentality that this song brought back to me was interrupting my thought patterns a little bit, but the town started to grow, you know, and the stream of headlights, and you know, you could just pick out some words and parts of the story where it was getting bigger, 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 bigger. And then what happens when a town starts turning into a city? All the sort of unfortunate problems of society come with that. And so I think the original goal of having this beautiful place and building something nice, this town, this village, this city, unfortunately ended not so well, because then it started falling apart. You know, the factory. So the song went from the building. The middle of the song talked about, you know, going. You know, then came the factories and so on and so forth. You went to work, and so it was bustling for a period of time. And then there were some lines in there about a woman, let me take you away. And I mean, the story was so intriguing and layered. It's really hard. I mean, I would have to make a whole video about this song. It would take me an hour to, I would have to read all the lyrics and really study it. So I'm just freestyling this, folks. So now the end of the song was really, I think, the what this character built, or this village city, just became not so good, you know, like it just became a place where it started crumbling, and the whole goal and the vision of the character in the song just, you know, unfortunately became unrealized. And then the very end of the song, where he went into a long guitar solos and the drums, you know, and that sort of funky beat, I'm not sure, like, first off, that was a very long period of that beat and that kind of that really nice solid rock kind of fusion with the guitar solos. I didn't think it was too long. Like, I enjoyed every second of that, because the musicians were playing that so well, and it was very tasty. His riffs and the drums, everything was really good there. So, and the piano came in really strong on top of it. So very well done. Man, oh man, oh man. Dire Straits. Woo! They're hot. Okay, let's rate this song. Obviously, there's no. I don't think you have to guess. This one is definitely an A plus, and a high A plus. What a just a superb piece of songwriting, execution from the musicians, and the song itself felt. The post-production, really clean, sounded really good. And yeah, A plus all the way. Look, folks, there's more than 1 million viewers of this humble playlist here, and I really do appreciate you hanging in for these long form videos and hanging in at the end with me here. So please, I really do encourage you to comment, give me some feedback, and I will get to you. Absolutely. I love learning all the insights and the feedback that I'm given in the comment section. So please do that below. Give the video a like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I would prefer if you don't give it a thumbs down, because I kind of like, you know, with a very small channel like that, that can damage the algorithms, and other people that might want to see this would probably be prevented from seeing it. So so on that note, I mean, wow, have a great day wherever you are, whoever you are. Live well, live in peace, live in freedom.